young girl. We are back this week with a new episode. Thank you all who have been watching, sharing, leaving me comments. I really appreciate it. And you can watch the full video on YouTube, okay? It's gonna be a Hey Young Girl podcast. So this week, let me just start by saying, those that don't know, I do have two young girls myself, two daughters. And this week's episode is going to be brought to you by my daughter. My younger daughter gave me the idea. I sometimes ask them, what do they think good episodes could be that we can talk about that other young girls, may need to know about, or, some stuff that may be inspiring for them, things like that. So today we are going to talk about, she said to me, embrace your feelings. I believe that's what she said. She said, embrace what you're feeling. She said, because how else would you know how to fix what's going on with you? Yeah, this is what it is. How would you fix what's going on with you if you don't know? In other words, how I took it, meaning that, whatever's going on with you in life or in that moment, how you're feeling, don't try to block the feeling. Go ahead and experience it. And, you're able to, what it is that you feel like, if you're upset or if you're sad, happy, joyous. I guess if it's something that you're going to fix, it's probably something that upset you or made you sad or disappointed. So, from what she said to me, this is my little 10-year-old now, she's saying embrace your feelings, and if you can do that, then you're able to fix it. That I thought that was a great tip. And she also said she's one of the go-to people for her friends when they want to talk. She can inspire them and show them some compassion. So I thought that was awesome coming from a 10-year-old. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So when you're feeling a certain kind of way, sometimes, I know a lot of times, depending on where you are, you don't want to express what you may be feeling. If it's something that made you upset or sad, you don't want to start crying or get really out of control. You may not think straight because you're upset, so you don't want to experience all of those feelings. So what you end up doing is just kind of, shoving it down so you won't have to experience all of those feelings right then, because you want to remain in control. So what she's saying is, well, maybe you should go ahead and feel what it is that you're feeling. And if you are in a public place, maybe go step away for a moment so you can gather yourself. Maybe go to the restroom and take a little break and experience what you're feeling. Even if you have to cry it out, just go ahead and experience it. That way, you can say, what this is, I'm feeling upset right now. I'm feeling sad. I'm feeling disappointed. And then you express it, you get it out. And now it kind of feels like, a weight lifted off you per se, because you kind of allowed yourself to feel that emotion. You got it out. And now you can probably start thinking a little bit more clearly on what you can do to help fix whatever it is going on with you. So, and the things, you have to know, what things make you happy, or possibly do the research if it's something technical or something you may need help with. You go and get more resources of somebody else that's already really knowledgeable about the subject to help fix, the rationale of it. You need to find out, what the problem is, what you have at your dispense to use to help fix the problem, and then come up with a solution, and then you can go forward. Also, that also comes with having a little bit more self-control, when things are, not going how you want it to go. So you lose control. A lot of us get angry really quick and then you end up doing something that you may regret later because you were angry in that moment and you lost control. So, I too have had moments when I've lost control, and you have to be able to make changes. If that's something about yourself that you don't really care for, you have to start making changes, because look, how many years have you been doing that thing? So now you're going to try to reteach yourself something else, and you're going to need some time to learn it. You're going to have to keep doing it with repetition. Keep reminding yourself, when I did this and lost control before, I had a lot of consequences that I had to, be brought to my attention, whether you lost control and end up having a fight. And now if you were a student, you may have a record, or if you are out in the public somewhere, you may end up going to jail. Now you have a record. So if you had more control, you probably would have just walked away. Or, unless somebody hit you, then that might be harder to do that. But if it's just words, you know who you are. So why allow something some people are telling you to, make you react, and then it's going to be a whole nother situation, may end up getting recorded and all over the social media, the internet, or whatever. You don't want all of that. So in order to start making the changes to see the better you have to have more self-control. I know a good way to, start to build that muscle, having more self-control, is try not to put yourself in environments that'll always be triggering you, things that get you upset, a trigger. Try to, place yourself in places that you feel safe, so you won't get easily triggered. Another good way is to try to burn off a lot of that energy, working out. It could be running, riding a bike, doing the aerobics class, swimming, anything, like dancing around, all of that. Don't you kind of feel a little bit more relaxed after you're doing any of those kind of exercises? You start to feel a little tired. Make sure you're getting enough rest. I know sometimes when you are not rested, you're not fully, re-energized, because our cells regenerate and we get our energy back through rest when we're sleeping. So if you're not getting enough rest, then you might be a little bit more agitated. You might be a little bit more impatient. So that'll lead to something that was very small. Now you could have, normally if you were rested and stuff like that, you were well balanced, not angry, you probably would have handled that totally different. So the other part of what she told me this morning, maybe not this morning, she mentioned to me, was about showing up for her friends, So if her friends were having a bad moment, she was a person that they felt that they could go to and feel safe and, express what they were feeling. And she gave them some encouraging words, or she may have given them a hug. It was in the moment that she was a bright person, a kind, compassionate person that gave of herself back to that person to encourage them, to make them feel better, gave them kind words, listened to what it was that they were saying. And just in those few moments, she made that person feel a little better, or less heavier. And these are kids, than what they were feeling before they presented themselves to her. Or, are you a person that you allow a person to be vulnerable to you, and instead of giving them empathy or giving them compassion or helping them with their problem, you turn around and make it worse? Maybe you add on to the problem, or you too busy or whatever to listen to the person, to what it is they have to say. You just wave them off, and I don't have time for that. Or, that ain't even nothing. It may be nothing to you, but it's something to that person. So are you showing up for your friends? Are you, being a light in a lot of darkness that they have out here? I mean, it's a choice. You can choose to be a kind person, or you can choose to be putting out darkness, you know. I mean, it's totally up to you. But if this 10-year-old was getting this and she was able to give that back, I think we as adults, we can do the same thing. In a lot of these little instances that we find ourselves in, that we have to reap consequences for something that we did, you know, less. And that'll be less stress on you, and, you know, more happy and joyous moments, you know, trying something different. And don't get upset with yourself if you don't, you know, automatically do it every time. You still may have some moments where you might go off or whatever. We're human, you know, things happen. Forgive yourself. Try again the next time. Don't just revert back, oh, you know, fuck it up. I just can't, you know, whatever. So, and then I'm going to just give up. Okay, and then what you going to do after that? You give up on everything just because that one thing didn't go right for you? I mean, try again, you know. Give yourself some time to learn a new thing. And it's going to be with repetition, with practice. You have to be around a lot of new environments. So, you know, make sure you are picking the right type of people to have around you. More positive people, people that are going to uplift you and, you know, cheer you on and educate you where you may be lacking in the area, offer you some great sound advice, not no rooting against you, stuff like that. So I'm gonna end it there, y'all. I hope these were some, you know, good inspiring words for you, and I really appreciate those that watch. And like I said, go ahead and subscribe to the podcast. Hey Young Girl, it is on Spotify, Apple, I think Anchor. So, and also the video is going to be, the full video is going to be on YouTube, which the link is in my bio if y'all want to check out the full video. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.